Good morning, everyone. Welcome back again. So back at my first job, which is my last job from yesterday, which is that heat exchanger for that EcoFit Pure. So I'm going to get inside now. As I say, yesterday I already drained it down. Hoping it hasn't filled back up again. But get inside and we'll get it started. Really, get the cover off, start getting it like anything else out the heat exchanger drain down, and I'll film as much of it as I can. There are a few tricky bits, which is trying to get up the back left hand corner, trying to get the nut off the top of the heat exchanger, or the burner, sorry. Other than that, it's not too bad. So yeah, we'll get in there and get it started. Right, first off, we'll get this cover door out and we'll get the cover off. Alright, so in the box with the heat exchanger, the burner seals, which are packed inside there, so the heat exchanger, and we get an assortment of different seals for the fan, I think, and all the other bits and pieces. So yeah, just so you get an understanding of what comes with it. Here's the heat exchanger that we're going to swap over. So I just got me that draining down a little bit more, anything else that's filled up. Get this little drain off open, if I can. There we go. Just let anything out of the heat exchanger. It's a little bit. So I've already isolated the gas underneath. Comes with all new washers as well, so make sure there's all the new washers like this one for the gas bed. But I need to get this side cover off as well. Do that now. Next up, let's get this out of the way. Right, so next up, I've got to take this, take the burner off. I'm going to use this 10mm ratchet end. Put it in there. Start getting these off. So the most awkward one is this one up the back left hand side. I'll show you that one when we get there. Yeah, these are so awkward if you haven't got any space on the left hand side like I haven't. I mean, I'm literally going to have to do this like quarter turn by quarter turn, I think. Oh, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this bottom pipe out, because there's no room to get onto this elbow here otherwise. So to get this one out, what I like to do is take this bottom one out, slide it across to be able to allow enough room to get this one out. What a pain in the arse. I'm just getting this little gap here. As you can see, I've literally got nothing down here. So I've had to move this pipe across to be able to allow me the room to get in there. To get onto the back one, I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do. Right, finally got that one out there. What I might do, I might take out these two screws, or undo them to allow the heat exchanger to pull forward, so then I can actually get my spanner onto that back one. Right, well that didn't work because it's on a rail at the back from what I remember, and you have to lift it up off to get it out, so that ain't going to work. So what I'm going to do is go in between the fan and then see if I can get, oh there we go. Okay, so that seems to be the way to do it, go between the fan. Get your finger on there, you can't put the ratchet on there. Well, that was a pain. It's going to be fun trying to put that back in. Let's get this out of the way. As I say, it comes with, in the kit, it comes with 2 new seals, so we'll change them over. So, as you can see, very crusted. I can't even get onto this at the minute. So, I know it probably is just a flow elbow, but I have been caught out before, so it's just not worth taking the risk, especially with how scaled up this system is. I'm just not going to take that risk. At least then they can get it power flush and it can get it sorted out. But we'll get this clip out. Okay, so update. It's literally actually snapped off in the, I still haven't even got that clip out. It's actually snapped off in there. There you go. So
But you can see this isn't created very well, because why would they put these two pipes so close together? So you can't move that, you know, haven't got any movement on it. It's a bit of a joke really. But yeah, now I've undone the condense clip. Now I'm going to lift it up and pull it out. Actually, probably should undo the screws first. Right, so as I say, this is on a rail, so you have to, sorry, doing this one-handed. Yeah, it's on a rail on the back of the actual heat exchanger. And it clips in. So you have to lift it up and pull it out. Right, so that's out. Now, change over the washers on both of them. Obviously that will get changed as well when we get to that bit. Yeah, there's the old one. So I need to just dress the new one, get it ready. This is the burner. Looks in good condition. Absolutely fine, so we'll put that back in. Alright, so these are the new flow return elbows. They are the same part. Comes with 4 washers, so one for this side, one for the pipe side. Grease it all up and crack on. Right, now it's all been new elbows on there. Now we can get it back in. One other thing I thought I'd just mention as well, I don't know if you can see that it's converging, the actual burner goes into a point at the bottom. And what tends to happen on even like say like, I don't know, the glowworms and all these different boilers that have this type, and the ideals, when they start to whistle, that can be because that starts to get clogged up through that gap there. I mean, obviously it can be down to the gas valve and stuff, but it can be down to that where it starts to get scaled up and blocked up. Right, a bit of a wrestle and we're in. There's a little bit that I need to take off the other heat exchanger that goes on that little joining bit there. I've greased up these now, so I need to just pop these back in. Same with this one, but it's going to be a bit awkward. Right, 2 hands. Right, while I'm at this point now, I've closed off the air vents, closed off the drain off, close this up, and I'm just going to get it watertight. At least then I know I can just crack on with everything else then. Right, so the water's coming through. Let some of the air out. You can just see how dark it is. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And that header tank, I've already hoovered that out yesterday. I know people are going to say it's a waste of time doing it, but I've got to get this leak sorted and I've got to get the gentleman up and running. That's my job to do it really today. Close that back off. Open up these air vents. That one's full. Cool. Okay, so no, we're down to there. Move the electrics out of the way. Right, so we've got water in. Right, so pop the burner back in. Get new seals on the burner top. Old one's out, and the new one's in. They come with the shape pretty much ready there. So graphite on the inside and red on the outside. Right, and the red one comes with 2 little lugs, so you can't get it wrong. Get the new one in. There we go. Now you know that back one's going to be an absolute pain. I'm going to start with that one. Alright, so I've got that back on. So everything's all tightened back up. All the cabling is back on. Gas valve clips back up. Just need to get it back up and see if it runs. Right, back up here again, getting the pump back up. It was only on 20 something when I was first here. Now I've got heat up here, just venting it through this AAV. Yeah, it's just a mess, this place. And while I'm here, I'm waiting for this to vent through. I thought I'd just go through what a few of the pipes are and stuff. So you've got this 15mm pipe that's coming down here. Yeah, it's got an isolation valve on there. And this is your cold fill. So it comes in, down, and drops in there. And these are they're very common to block up here. This is only for newbies. People who have been doing it for years. You don't need to worry about this. So sorry if I'm boring you. And this is your vent pipe, okay? And I can feel this is warm. Okay, this is just where it's pumping up, and you can hear it pumping over. All right. So there's obviously a restriction somewhere. But again, oh, that was another thing I wanted to mention. While I was here, somebody actually came, and I think they're coming to do the power flush tomorrow. So they've quoted up for it, and they just wanted to come around and see how many radiators and stuff like that. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know. But yeah, so this is your cold fill. This is your vent. This is your flow from the boiler into the bottom of your valve. B for bath, we'll say on there. I think it's an old valve, so I don't think it's got it written on there. But usually it'll say B. That's for bath. That's how I remember it. And A is to go to your radiator. So you can also say like air, something like that, A for air. Now I haven't got an AAV to go on there, but yeah, the guy, when he said he was doing the power flush, he said he'd come back with one anyway. They always change them over. So yeah, it's starting to heat up nicely now. Starting to get a bit of flow through here. So yeah, it's not looking too bad at the minute. Hopefully it'll just get the heating and hot water back up for the gentleman, and then somebody can come and do that flush and get him sorted out properly. Right, so it's on at the minute. Just waiting for my analyzer to sort itself out. It's on, it's running. So I'll do some tests and just make sure everything's all good. And yeah, let's get this case back on, obviously. So first off, we're just checking this burner seal. Just put it in there. Just want to make sure that that's all good before I move on anywhere else, which it seems to be fine. Lovely. So I've done my highs and lows, and I've just left it here just ticking over for a little while, and it's just ticking over nicely. So yeah, I think that's the job done. Spray up of any gas joints. I'm going to give it one more flush through. See, there's quite a lot of chunks in there. Right, so back in after that one. Yeah, a bit tired. Probably took me, what, 2.5 hours. Just getting everything back working exactly how I wanted it, and trying to get it circulating nicely for the gentleman and stuff like that. Yeah, what a nice guy. What a nice gentleman. He was just like singing my praises and stuff like that. And I said to him, look, listen, you might not work tomorrow. Not just joking around, but yeah, no, it's just nice. It makes it all the better when someone actually appreciates how hard you've worked, and you're trying to do what you can for someone. Ideally I should have done it the other way around, but I'm not going to leave him for another 6 to 8 weeks, with no boiler and stuff like that, or however long it takes to get this power flush done. I don't know, but it's been quoted for. Someone was here today while I was here. So yeah, on to the next one. Let's see what we got. So this one here, I'm just here looking at a leak. He said it leaked like 3 weeks ago or something like that. But obviously 3 weeks ago, and it hasn't been running since. That's alright, isn't it? That's on the next door's property. Yeah, because that's going to work well. Flip here now. What do people think when they do these things? Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm going to, as you can see in the other video, I can't actually see any leaks inside. Just wondering maybe whether it was that the condenser backed up. It's a very long run. Alright, so yeah, on that one, absolutely bone dry inside now. It's been off since like the 10th or the 11th, when it was like freezing cold that weekend, like -7. I think the condenser just frozen, it backed up into the boiler and leaked out.
because there's no active leaks in there, absolutely no active leaks. So yeah, put it down to that. I did just want to add something as well, which I forgot to mention actually. I was asking everybody on Instagram yesterday what weir spanners everyone uses and all this sort of stuff. Everyone was giving me like 10s, 13s, 8s, all this sort of stuff. And I kind of like, there's like 10 mil down the back of the flipping heat exchanger. I forgot to mention it. I tried my hardest to get it out and I thought, there's no way, absolutely no way am I taking a heat exchanger back out. But yeah, I was just like, oh my God, what, that's just my luck. Just my luck. So yeah, I'm gonna have to buy pretty much like 3 or 4 spanners now. So yeah, oh, what a nightmare, what a nightmare. But yeah, on to the next one. Right, just pulled up to the next one and it says unable to control the hot water. So I'm going to assume it's probably a 2-port stuck open or a 3-port stuck open, so it's just on all the time and just heating and heating. But we'll get in and have a look.
And I did it for a couple of hours.
Still got a demand. So the hot water one is off, the heating one. So we'll get in there and have a quick look. Right, whip the head off and let's have a look at this body. Oh, so the body is absolutely fine. Yeah, that's sweet as a nut. Okay, so it's on a 5-pin connector. It's still not retracted. Or have it? No, so it's not retracting to turn off. Cool, let's see if we've got one of these. So yeah, we've taken the demand away, so it's gone off now. It's not actually running now. No flashing for demand. So yeah, go and swap over the head. So yeah, got a new one. So yeah, I'll just swap it over into that 5-pin connector, plug it back in again, and jobs are good. I'll give it a demand on the heating side just to make sure it works. So yeah, see it moving over. Wait for the click. These ones take ages. Cool, go and check the boiler. There we go, flashing and it's on. So I'll turn it off again and make sure it retracts. There we go, and now I can't move it. So yeah, it's all good. Okay, cool. Right, so yesterday this one had F28 on there. I'll get to that in a minute, but obviously as we can see we've got a pressure issue, so I'm going to drain it down, sort that out first, have a look into the F28 after. So I just need to get a formula Allen key. Get my hose on. We'll just start draining it down. Here's my bucket. Yeah, that's flying out. Lots of pressure in there. Okay, it's not actually that flat, which is a little bit concerning. Now, because it was that flat, and it was, you know, there wasn't much water coming out either. I'm just going to undo this nut here, see if we've got a blockage in this pipe here or something like that, or it could have just been over pressurised. Let's find out. No, that's not blocked. Okay, so there's the reason. You can see both of them valves are both open on that filling loop. So that'll be why. Okay. Just a bit dodgy. So PRV, we have to check that PRV now. this out, give it a good clean up. Okay, so what I do is I clean up this ridge here, just around the seat. So it hasn't been passing that bad. Give that a clean up and a grease, that'll be fine. There you go, so you can see how shiny that seat is now. Grease up the O-ring there, grease up the actual thing there. Put it back together. So we need to pop it back in. And then we need to make sure that grommet fits in nicely as well. Right, all back in, grommet's done up, nuts undone, done up upside down. That's all done, so I'm going to fill it back up again. Not that I'm going to need to fill it because there's going to be so much pressure in the system. So yeah, literally opened it up straight up to 1.5. Right, because it's been drained, we're going to have to purge it now. So do this. Go to P0, press I, and let it do its thing. Right, so we've let that cycle through. Now we'll give it a demand. Make sure it all fires up. There we go, so it's got a demand now. Wait for the fire. This is exactly why I hate these older Ecotechs. You turn it off, wait for it. There you go, loses the signal. So I think the circuit board's knackered as well. So I'm just going to swap it over. I always keep one of these on the van, or a couple anyway, because they're always like this. Right, so as you can see, we've got F70 on there. They come with. So basically, what you have to do is you have to follow this, what it tells you, and you need to look for your boiler. So you go through, look for. Oh, I'm working on an Ecotech Plus, so I'm looking for GB Ecotech Plus 306 3-5. Yeah. Tells you what the DSM offset is. You find that 306 3-5, yeah? That's how you find it. All back up and running, sounds nice, pressure's good. Obviously I know the vessel's good. They're back off again. So yeah, lovely, get out of here now.
Right, so yeah, as you can see on that one, it kind of escalated really. Started off as one thing, over pressurizing. Didn't even think to check the thingy because they didn't mention that they topped it up. They just said it was always high. Should have known really. But anyway, I've done the vessel, done all that, sorted it all out, etc. So that's all good. Then the PCB, it's so common on them older ones. I mean, that was a 2007 one, and yeah, so very common that you're the unlucky person, should I say, that turns it off and it won't come back on again. But also because they did have the F28 yesterday, that could have been the reason, because the fan, every time it was coming in, it wasn't actually switching off the boiler, it was just cutting the power to the fan, and it could have been doing that 5 times, and then it could have cut into F28. Could have. So that's what I think had happened anyway. So I'd say that circuit board was on its way out. So I'm glad it showed itself while I was there. So, you know, at least I've covered all bases really. I'm not really going to get any, hopefully not get any callbacks or comebacks from that one. So it should be a nice job. It was, you know, a good job. It's good for everyone to see that things go wrong. You don't know what you're going to come across in this game. So yeah, on to the next one. Oh, I just went back to a guy called me job. Thing I've replaced the Freeport head when I was there, and I've done a bit of wiring and stuff like that. He called me and he was like, Chris, I can't get this heating to work. It came on this morning in the Times, but I'm boosting it, etc. I said, listen, John, I'll come round. Give us 5 minutes, I'll come round. So I popped round there, and I said to him, what did you press when you wanted to advance it or to boost it? And he showed me straight away, and he pressed the left one, which is the hot water. I said, oh, okay. I said, that'd be why, mate. We need to press the right one. And he looked at it and he went, oh, fuck. He goes, oh, I'm so sorry, mate. You know, but I love customers. You know, I love customers that are just nice people. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't a trouble. He wasn't annoyed. He wasn't shouting. Whereas some people, they'll be like, Chris, my boiler's not working or whatever, you know, this ain't working. You know, something so simple as that. And you can get you could get a recall or something like that. But for a nice gentleman like that, I'm going to go around there, spend the time with him, have a chat with him and stuff like that, because he's just a nice guy. And I've told him any other problems, give me a call and I'll pop round. So yeah, it just goes to show there are nice people out there. Sometimes we just get some annoying customers, but no, that was a good one. I enjoyed them ones. Right, so just walking up now, we've got a glowworm which has got a leak on it, tenanted property. So we'll get in there and have a look.
It's lovely and dry in there, no sign of any leaks. That's the bowl in the back. Cool. Right, so I've done all my FGA readings. All the readings are perfect. There's no signs of any active leaks in there. Now the condense, as you can see, runs along boxing in and goes to outside. So I reckon it's probably frozen because she said it hasn't happened for more than 2 weeks. So yeah, I reckon it's definitely down to that.
Right, well that was a nice job to end the day on. Just a quick check over, make sure there's no leaks on there. Done all the FGA readings, checked everything over. Seems to be absolutely running fine. So and there's no leaks on there at all. So I definitely reckon it was from that condense when it had frozen. So yeah, thanks again everyone for watching. Absolutely loving doing these. Like love it. Like it's just it's so good. And I love everyone getting in contact. There's all different ways that people get in contact. Either message me through YouTube, or you message me through Instagram and stuff like that. And I love that. Like I love that people are you know, following on. Also like on TikTok as well. You know, I've done a couple of lives now on TikTok, which I've gone through different bits and pieces. Just general chit chat, trying to help lads out who are trying to get into the gas, and all that sort of stuff, giving them insights into how I got into it and stuff like that, because it's not all been plain sailing. I've had some real ups and downs to get here. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching along and following. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't, please subscribe.